Again, welcome to BCDI Atlanta's Quarter 3 2024 Quarterly Affiliate Meeting. Thank you all so much for joining us here today, Tuesday, July 16th. We do understand that you have a big being home, but join us today for our quarterly affiliate meeting. We have a fun-filled event today. We're so excited to have you all be a part of our literacy night as well. Next slide. All right, as I said, welcome, welcome. We would like to welcome any new members, or if this is your first time joining us here, if you can unmute yourself and tell us who you are, what work do you do, and why did you choose to be a part of our meeting today? If you're a little shy, you can put it in a chat box and we'll read it out loud. But we would like to see who is here for the first time and also new members.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rakaya Burks, the program manager of Humble Tutoring. I met Ms. Sharon when she presented at Atlanta Technical College, which is my 9 to 5, where we had our educational event. And I noticed that you guys had the meeting and I just wanted to be a part. So thank you for having me.
Rakaya? See Rakaya?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rakaya, for joining us. We appreciate you being here. We are huge advocates for educators, so we hope that you can learn a lot and join us and take advantage of our resources as well. Any
Yes,
other
ma'am.
new
Thank you.
members? Yeah, and we hope to see you at some of our events coming up. Anyone else new? All right. Well, we're going to move on with the meeting, but thank you for those who have joined us. If you are new, you can still go ahead and put your name and what you do in early care and education, and as well as why did you choose to come be with us here tonight. So today for our agenda, we'll talk about some opening and unfinished business. We'll also have our annual Family Literacy Night sponsored by Gears and the Mayor Summer Reading Club. We're excited to dive into our literacy program, share more information about what we have done with literacy, but also we have two amazing guest speakers that we hope you enjoy this evening. Then we'll close out, share some new updates, as well as some upcoming events that we have. We'll also leave room for questions and answers. If anyone has any questions or would like to learn more about BCDI Atlanta, we'll make sure that we leave room for that conversation. Next slide. All right, so who are we? BCDI Atlanta. We are part of the National BCDI Atlanta. We are the National Black Child Development Institute. We are the Atlanta affiliate where we service all of Georgia, where we support childcare programs, educators, families, and children that work and support Black children. Our vision is to provide a society that ensures a successful future for all of Georgia's children. But our mission is a very heavy mission that we make sure that we take pride in the work that we do to serve our families. And our mission is to improve and advance the quality of life for Black children and families in Georgia through education and advocacy. Next slide. So here we have our 2024 Board of Directors officers. We have some on the call. We have the wonderful and amazing Debbie Hillman as our chairwoman. She's a child development consultant. Everyone knows and loves Debbie. We have Miss Margaret McCall, our vice chairwoman. She's an early child care consultant. We have myself, Tatiana. I am currently serving in dual roles right now. I've been the treasurer for 6 years, but I'm filling in as interim president until we secure a full-time president to run and operate BCDI Atlanta on a daily basis. We also have Ms. Brittany McDuffie, our secretary. I saw her join. Thank you for joining, Brittany. She's a child development specialist. And then next slide, please. We have our 2024 Board of Directors members at large. We have Ms. Bridget Willis. She's a family child care owner and director at a Better K Preparatory Academy. Nathan Thompson, he's on here. Thank you so much, Nathan, for joining. He's a birth through 5 facilitator with the Rollins Center for Language and Literacy. Then we also have Dr. Keon Berry. He's a director of parent services with Quality Care for Children. We are so extremely proud of our new board elected for 2024 as we make this new transition with a new president, a new year, and two types of presidents as well, because we do have the election coming up as well. But we're excited about the expertise of our board members and how they can share the work that we do and continue the work that we do.
Looks like Tatiana's having some technical difficulties this evening. So we will wait for her to join back in. Meanwhile, I'll just take over the mic for a little while until she can get back with us. So I believe she was getting ready to introduce our dynamic team. We have Ashley Williams, who is not with us this evening. She's not feeling well. And Lubna Budwani. Lubna is running the show for us this evening. So she is all things behind the scenes, helping to make sure that our meeting goes smoothly. Thank you so much, Lubna. You can go to the next one.
Okay. Sharon, I'm back, but I'm just
Okay.
on my phone right now. Please excuse me, you all. Google Fiber is coming to a neighborhood near you. Be careful because they are messing up the internet lines. I am without internet right now. But thank you, Sharon, so much for picking up. And as Sharon mentioned, yes, we have a dynamic team, Miss Ashley and Miss Lubna, and we're very grateful for the work that they have been doing this past year for BCDI Atlanta. Membership updates. Thank you all so much for continuing your membership with BCDI Atlanta. We recently transferred our membership portal to a new platform. So we have been experiencing some glitches and errors, but we want to make sure that you have the up-to-date information for your membership. So if you are having any trouble with membership when you're trying to renew or to check your status, please don't hesitate to send us an email at info@BCDI Atlanta, and we will be able to reach back out to you to assist you with your issue. But currently, we have a member count of 326 members. We are so proud of our membership and the growth that we are experiencing. And we want to, again, thank you all so much for being a member, because we would not be able to do the work that we do without your membership and your support. So thank you all so much for being members. If you are not a member today, please consider joining BCDI. As a part of some of our membership benefits, you do get access to amazing resources. We are in the process of ensuring that we provide resources for you that benefit you and are valuable to the work that you do as you support and raise Black children in the state of Georgia. We also have opportunities for you to get connected. We have our annual summit coming up, which is a wonderful, I call it a family reunion, because we all get together and see each other all in one space and celebrate each other as we attend sessions with presenters and trainers that we are familiar with. And so it's always a good opportunity to connect. We have some other upcoming fun events. We have our national office. They're going to come visit and do a road show. We're going to have an outdoor event where you can come with your family and friends to join us to learn more about how NBCDI and BCDI Atlanta work to make sure that we are providing valuable resources to support our Black and Brown children in Georgia. You also have opportunities to build your knowledge and skills. If you join us in this upcoming community cafe, you'll be able to hear from DeCal. We love having our community partners that are relevant to the work that you're doing in the community, because again, we want these connections to, as it says on number 3, build your knowledge and skills to advance you in the work that you're doing. Saves you money. As I mentioned, we have a summit coming up. We'll have different opportunities where we'll have some face-to-face events, but being a member of BCDI Atlanta affords you discount on different resources and events that we will have scheduled in the future. The great value, the networking opportunity, the opportunity to receive valuable resources, again, to support your family, your children, and if you are an educator, the children that you serve and the families that you serve in your community. So we will be more than excited to have you all join us as a member. And we also use your voice to encourage different programming as well. So as a member, you have the opportunity to share resources or connections that you may see fit to support the vision and mission of BCDI Atlanta. So if you see any resources or beneficial programs that you believe BCDI Atlanta can use, then please don't ever hesitate to reach out and share those resources. We are definitely for the community and want to make sure that we're supporting the community as best as possible. And the link to the membership is in the chat if you would like to click that link and get more information about joining our membership. NBCDI has adapted 8 essential outcomes for Black child development. Over the course of the work that we do for the national office, we want to make sure that we incorporate these 8 essential outcomes into our programming. Currently, BCDI Atlanta does work with at least 6 of the 8 essential outcomes. The 2 outcomes that we currently do not support are areas that we would like to grow in. So this is that opportunity. If you see a program or service within our 8 essential outcomes, please be willing to share those, because we want to make sure that we are supporting NBCDI to fully support all of the 8 essential outcomes. Next slide. During our October affiliate meeting, we had an opportunity for our members and board to get together to plan our 2024 legislative priorities. As we began to plan them, we wanted to ensure that these priorities align with our 8 essential outcomes. So when we look at our key focus areas, which is early education, family engagement, and literacy, and naturally policy, because all of these focus areas affect policy primarily. So under early care and education, we have the essential outcome of narratives, each child seen as a child. With that program, we want to ensure that we promote developmentally and culturally appropriate early learning experiences for children that experience often become victims of systematic racism. We also support the education component of the 8 essential outcomes, where children attend a school that affirms and expands them. The wonderful thing about this group, BCDI Atlanta members and supporters, is we want to make sure that every child that we come across is prepared for school and they are academically ready to perform at a high level. We want to make sure that they have high quality resources from birth to 8 and carry on until they are ready and prepared to join the workforce. We also support the safe community as a part of the 8 essential outcomes. Children live in an uplifting community where they can play, explore, and thrive. And through this outcome, we make sure that we advocate through local and state policies to ensure all of our children have high quality educational needs. We also want to make sure we afford opportunities to improve child welfare systems that focus on early intervention and culturally relevant care for children in all settings. With any of our priorities, we make sure that we tailor program and services to meet the objectives of these different outcomes. Next slide, please. As we look at our family engagement, we focus on the health outcome, where we ensure infants are born at a healthy weight. This allows us to advocate for increased education resources and services for pregnant families and caregivers to reduce infant mortality and low birth rates. So as we previously had our day at the Capitol, where we go and we advocate for our families and our children to make sure that these outcomes become a priority to the legislative, so they can understand that this is a need within the community. Nutrition. As we look at nutrition, we want to make sure children enjoy food with fruits and vegetables that we make sure that we promote access to quality produce and preventive care services among families. So one of our key programs that we work with is our Good for Me program, where we provide a nutrition curriculum to educators to allow them to speak and promote healthy eating habits for children, not only while they're in their care, but also while they're at home with their families. The program allows the individuals to ensure that they have resources and culturally related, relevant resources to be able to share with the family. So we want to make sure that we are striving to raise healthy children by providing them with fresh fruits and vegetables as a part of their nutrition. Next slide. Literacy. So literacy is one of our key focus areas as well. And so for the representation outcome for the 8 essential outcome, we wanted to make sure that children see themselves reflected in their books and toys. We advocate for developmentally appropriate and culturally relevant curriculum and learning materials in childcare programs at elementary schools. As you can see tonight, we are hosting our literacy night to promote the importance of literacy. We want to make sure that children are seen in the stories that they read, but we also want to make sure that they feel encouraged when they're reading these stories. We want them to see children that look like them on a daily basis and having fun and being engaged in reading. Literacy is extremely important for our children as we do serve children birth to birth to third grade, age 8. We want to make sure they are prepared for school as making sure that literacy is a priority. We want our children to be able to read and understand the reading the reading material as they're learning to continue to be ready for school. So literacy is one of our key focus areas, hence why we're having our literacy night tonight. I wanted to pause there, and I do apologize that I'm not on camera, but I wanted to pause there to see if there was any room for any questions or any clarity as far as our direction for our 8 essential outcomes, any programs that you would like to learn more about, and to see if there's any questions there. And you, Lumina, can you go back to the last slide? I'm sorry, actually, we're going to go back to the early care and education slide. Yes, here. So did anyone have any questions or any comments that they would like to come off mute and share regarding any of our 8 essential outcomes or programs that we're working with?
My name is Queen Victoria, and I apologize for my camera being off as well, but getting my hair done right now, so y'all don't want to see all of that. But my question is, do you have any trainings or any workshops that can give us tools or ins and outs on how to make reading fun? Because most children in my area, they're not excited about reading, and I do my due diligence with reading to them, using puppets. I mean, the whole spiel. And out of 24, I'll probably get about maybe 6 that'll be engaged and enjoy it. But as a whole, I'm like, I want to get at least the majority to be ready, like, yeah, books, it's time to read, drop everything and read. So do you have on any tactics where we can use for that?
Yes, thank you so much, Ms. Queen, for that question. That is a great question, especially for the event that we're hosting tonight. So a part of our literacy night, this is an opportunity for us to demonstrate how to make reading fun to the children. So what we like to do is we want to make sure that you understand how to read the book, how to ask questions while reading the book, but also teaching the children how to learn how to read in their own developmental way. And yes, Thompson is on here. He is with the Atlanta Speech School, and he did just drop a valuable link in the chat. We are actually using a story. We're going to share, I'm sorry, a story guide that will help you also learn how to make the story more interactive with the children. So yes, as Nathan just placed in the chat, please visit coxcampus.org to see those resources. But in a follow-up email, you will receive a link to a read guide that you can use while reading to your children. The thing about reading to the children, it is something that we do want to practice because we want to make sure that the children understand, like you said, the importance of reading, but also teaching them language and literacy. When my 2-year-old, and I always share this story, my 2-year-old, I thought she was reading, but I read Pete, is it Pete Goes to School? No, Spot Goes to School. I read it to her every day for 2 weeks straight. Then one day she said, can I read a book to you? She was almost 3. And I thought she was reading a book. She had her finger and she was following with the words until she got to the last page and her finger wasn't where the words were. But I realized she memorized the book because I have read it to her so much. She was even demonstrating how I was asking questions. She was really modeling the things that I was doing as I was reading to her. So yes, we provide resources to help support literacy. We are also in the process of bringing in new programs that, such as you as an educator, may need to make learning fun and engaging for children. So, as a member or as a supporter, it is helpful to have this conversation so we can get the opportunity to truly see what the community needs. So, I really hope tonight is going to be helpful and valuable to you. As I mentioned, in a follow-up email, you will receive the links to the story guides, and everyone will receive copies of the books today. So you'll be able to have not today, but you'll receive copies of the books for attending today. But Miss Queen, you'll be able to use the book and the guide to again answer your question to help the children become more engaged in the story read. But please take a look at that Cox Campus website because they do have some valuable resources. They have story guides for a number of books. You can visit that website and see if there's even one of the books that you may have on your bookshelf. And so we have one more question. Oh, Miss Brittany asked a question for you, Miss Queen. She asks, what age group do you teach? And Miss Brittany, if you want to come off, she said kindergarten.
It was at first it was DES, Department of Exceptional Students. But now my principal asked me to go to kindergarten to help out a new kindergarten teacher that's there. So I'm gonna go to kindergarten and help her out. But yeah, I guess I just continue to do what I'm doing and then they'll pick it up. And I also use that Miss McCall introduced me to Cox Campus. So I'll use that as it was in the chat, and then I'll look at your resources that you're gonna send via email. But it's kindergarten now, but it was DES, Department of Exceptional Students.
Oh, that's amazing. Miss Brittany, did you want to come off mute and add any suggestions for Miss Queen as she's entering into kindergarten support?
Well, I thought she was teaching toddlers. That's my neck of the woods, toddlers.
Awesome. Thank you. Do we have any additional questions before we dive into our literacy night?
I had one. You said that you had your day at something to do with legislation. I wanted to find out more about that.
Yes, thank you for your question, Ms. Lisa. Each year we do a day at the Capitol where we invite our members and supporters to join us to meet with different legislators to have conversations about the different policies and bills that are in place and just voice our concern and our support based on the legislative priorities. So if you join us in October, that will be an opportunity for you to see how we decide which policies to support and advocate for.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is it okay if I ask a question? I'm a new member. This is the first time that I'm participating. It sounds great so far.
Yes, please tell us a little bit about yourself and why did you join today?
Oh my goodness. Um, I am Vanessa Narte. I right now I am a financial advisor, but I'm also a literacy advocate. I've started many community literacy programs in different neighborhoods that I've been in. Started some in my churches, and I'm just a advocate for literacy. And I was speaking with someone. They mentioned this group to me, and when I looked you guys up on the your website, I said I absolutely had to join. So I joined and definitely wanted to just, jump 2 feet in. Looking at the numbers and where our children are, it just one day it just completely broke my heart, like literally broke my heart. And I just said, what is it that I need to do? And have just been looking for avenues to do whatever I can, participate at whatever level I can to help make a difference in this time. I'm extremely passionate about it right now. So I'm interested in the October date. Like, when will we receive information on that, or is it on your website?
Thank you so much for sharing and your enthusiasm. We are truly excited and appreciative of individuals such as yourself because we cannot do this work alone. We're a small organization trying to make a large impact, but to get interested individuals truly makes a difference. So thank you so much. And we will make sure that we make a connection with you so we can share additional ways that you can support us. So at the end of our presentation, we will have the information for our quarterly stakeholders meetings. We do have them January, April, July, and the next one is October 29th. So you will receive that in the newsletter, as well as we have it on all of our social media for you to register, but it is scheduled for October 29th.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you for that. Thank you for allowing me to participate in the group.
Yes, absolutely. We do have an upcoming opportunity where we will seek support from the community to join a planning committee. So please be on the lookout for that email as well. That will come out very soon. It is an event that's going to take place in October. So we would love for anyone that is interested in joining and planning events and supporting programs and services. We want to make sure that we give the community an opportunity to support us. So please be on the lookout for an email regarding a planning committee for an upcoming event in October that supports the visit from our national office.
Excellent. I'll be on the lookout for that. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so excited to meet you. Thank you so much. Did we have any additional questions? Any new members? I see some new people that have joined us. I see our marketing team is here. Some of our friends and family. Ms. Carol Daniel, I see you on here. Debbie Hillman, our chairwoman, is here. As I mentioned, we have some of our coaches as well as our fellows, community partners, and board members. And again, we cannot thank you enough for your presence, because your presence, your communication, and conversation is extremely essential for us to continue to move forward with programs. All right, so the time is now for us to begin our featured program. And so we have 3 primary focus areas, but today we are focused on literacy. And BCDI Atlanta's early literacy program focuses on improving language development skills and fostering a love for books among young these initiatives are dedicated to advancing NBCDI essential outcomes representation. So with representation, we want to ensure that Black children can access books and toys that authentically represent their identity and potential. Supporting this essential outcome helps promote early literacy and language development for Black children and families in Georgia. This includes providing families and early education programs with culturally relevant children's books and resources. Literacy remains the cornerstone of our mission, and in 2023, we made significant strides in promoting reading and literacy among Black children. We distributed 5,480 children's books. I'm going to my reactions. We need a shout out for that. 5,480 books, children's books for our community. We also host different literacy events. We have our community cafes as well as book drives to make sure that these children receive these books. Through partnerships, we were able to visit libraries and schools because in the end, we want to foster a love for learning and storytelling. Our efforts have contributed to improved literacy and school readiness rates and a greater appreciation for the power of reading. This year, again, we have partnered with the Mayor Summer Reading Club to create literacy-rich programming for children aged birth through 5 and their families. The Mayor Summer Reading Club promotes early literacy and vocabulary enrichment in young children and is truly a community collaboration. GEAR leads this program and they collaborate with the City of Atlanta, the Alliance Theater, the Atlanta Speech School, and many other public and private partnerships with child serving entities. This year, the Mayor Summer Reading Club has partnered with the Young Authors Publishing, an Atlanta-based publisher with a global reach that amplifies the stories of young children, young people of color. We aim to distribute 500 books to children, families, and educators this is only from the Mayor Summer Reading Club, because we're trying to exceed that 5,000 from 2023. But as a part of this initiative, at minimum, we would like to distribute 500 books to children's families and educators. So today, we are so happy that you have joined us for our Family Literacy Night, for a story time, and to learn more about our partnership with the Mayor Summer Reading Club, as well as GEARS. As we have done for the last 3 years, we wanted to make sure that we provided an opportunity for children and families to enjoy a story time together and also receive free children's books. So we want to make sure at the end of today, we will provide a link for us to send you your books. The books are currently delayed right now because the shipping crate was damaged, but we're estimating maybe 30 days within 30 days, you will receive your books, but we will make sure that we provide communication along the way. But the books will be, everyone will receive a copy of both books and we will send them out as soon as we receive them. We want to thank again the Mayor Summer Reading Club and their partnership with GEARS for this opportunity to continue our work in family literacy. So thank you so much for joining our Family Literacy Night. And I am going to turn it over to Miss Sharon.
Wow, Tatiana, you did it for me. I don't have to talk so much about why we're here, but welcome to Family Literacy Night. We are very excited. Our numbers are nice and high tonight, and I suspect they'll get a little higher as we move a little more past 7 o'clock. So once again, welcome to our Mayor Summer Reading Club. Tonight, we have 2 books, storybooks that we will be reading to you. And if Lubna will go to the next slide. We are so excited about this. We have 2 featured readers tonight. We have Marlo Williams, who is 10 years old and will be entering into Griffin Middle School when school starts in August. We also will hear from Tamara Elmore, who is 11 years old, and she is in middle school at the Kip Vision Academy. So we are so excited. If you all want to give them a round of applause, show some emoji love for them. And they are going to be the ones who will be reading our books this evening. So our first book is Noah's Family Farm. This book was written by 13-year-old Makai Booker. We got to meet Makai at the kickoff event that Gears does every year to kick off the Mayor's Summer Reading Club program. And when I tell you this young man has such a gentle spirit and so humble, it was great to meet him. So we see big things in Makai's future. Hopefully, to all of the children. And if you all have children, I forgot to tell you, if you have your children with you, go ahead and put them in your lap if you can. Let them get on camera. Let them enjoy this moment because this really is for them. So the first story, Noah's Family Farm, will be read by Marlo Williams. And Marlo, if you will give me just a moment, I am going to pull up.
Hi.
Hey, Marlo. There we go. All right. So, Marlo, I'm going to flip as soon as you read the title and you get started, and I will turn the pages for you as you finish reading each page, okay?
Okay.
Awesome.
Noah's Family Farm by Micaiah David Booker. Illustrated by Robin Boyer.
I'm sorry, Marlo.
This is Noah and his grandpa. Today's the day, Noah, says Grandpa. Today I'll teach you all about our family farm. I taught your father, my father taught me, and his father taught him. From sunup to sundown, Noah and Grandpa walked around the farm, talking about all the farm animals and crops. His grandpa told him the type of animals to herd and which plants to crop during each season. But what Noah liked most was gathering the animals and playing with the farm pets. Noah learns about the cat who catches mice in the barn, about the cows who give milk early each morning, about the dogs who help herd the cows, goats, and sheep, and the pond where Grandpa likes to watch the ducks. While walking across the fields, Noah and Grandpa run into some unwelcome visitors, crows pecking at the plants. Luckily for the farm, the scarecrow scares them away. Next, Grandpa lets the goats and horses out to graze. Free roaming animals are healthy animals, he says. On their walk, Noah and Grandpa notice something strange. The carrots are ruined. Grandpa, I think it was the wild rabbits, Noah says. Now, Noah and Grandpa have to plant more carrot seeds. Noah and Grandpa heard a bad sound. All the sheep have broken loose. Come here, sheepdog. With the sheep back in the barn, it's time to feed the chickens. Noah and Grandpa feed the chickens before heading back to the farmhouse. What a hard day's work. Noah learned so much today on the family farm, and he can't wait to visit Grandpa again soon.
Wow, that's the end of Noah's Farm. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much,
You're
Marlo.
welcome. You're
That was
welcome.
amazing. That was amazing. So I'm going to grab this right quick because we are now going to do something that is very engaging. So Lubna, if you want to pull the slide back up so we can give instructions. And you can go to the next slide. All right. So you all thought that you were just coming to this event to be spectators. Not even. This is BCDI Atlanta, and we do like to engage our people. So in a moment, I'm going to open up breakout rooms. There are 6 breakout rooms. You've already been added. So all you have to do is when that join button comes up on your screen, you just click to join and it will take you in to your breakout room. Now, Zoom sometimes kicks us out in the process of joining the room. Just come back into the Zoom and we'll put you in back into the room. So when you go into these rooms, it's time for idea sharing. And what you're going to do, room A, you're going to talk about extending the learning at home from this book. And I'm going to also put the link to the book into the chat so that all of you will have access to be able to pull the book up in case you need to review it. The group B is going to talk about extending the learning at school. And then group C, you all are going to talk about culturally responsive considerations to take into account when using this book and reading it to Black children. Choose a reporter because when we come back, we would like for you to share out a couple of your ideas that you came up with in your breakout rooms. You all will have, let's see, 6 minutes. Okay, I'm going to give you all a minute to get in there, get in the room. Everybody can say hi real quick. And then you'll have about 5 minutes to talk about extending learning at home, at school, and then culturally responsive considerations. So are we clear on what your job is when you go into your breakout rooms? All righty. If so, I'm going to open them up. And hold on, let me set the timer. We're gonna give you, I'm gonna set it for 7 minutes. All righty, and away we go. Welcome back. I hope you all have your reporter ready. And we have about 35 seconds before the rooms are going to close. Hi, guys. I love it. I guess they are really having some great conversation. I'm sure you all did. I can't wait to hear.
I'm almost thinking we should have gave them 10 minutes.
Well, we still got to do another book, so.
Yeah.
And Lubna, you can go ahead and put the next slide forward. All right, everybody is coming back in the room now. All right. So I hope that you all, it had some engaging conversations. I saw microphones moving, so I'm excited about that. So we have 2 group A's, 2 group B's, and 2 group C's. So we're going to hear from both A's first, both B's, and then both C's. So will one of the spokespersons from one of the group A's come off mute and share with us maybe 2 ideas that you came up with?
Quick question. How do we tell which group we was in? I'm sorry.
Oh, it was up at the top of your room. That's okay.
You were in C, Edward.
Thanks, Vanessa.
Thank you, Vanessa.
So I tell you what, let us just hear from the spokespeople. Spokespeople, if you will raise your hand and I'll just call on you. You come off mute. Tell us what room you were in and give us 2 of your ideas. How about that? And Ed, it looks like you are your spokesperson. So we're going to let Ed go from room C.
Great. Basically, as I explained to the group, I guess I live in the country. I live in McDonough. I have 10-year-old twins that I've actually taken to a farm, and they actually was able to pet the farm animals. But my counterparts pretty much recommended a virtual farm which was I thought was a great idea. You know, if you don't have a farm, you know, there, then they would use the virtual farm to actually show the animals on the farm. And I think Nathan said basically he works in Atlanta and they can tell you about the stoplights and tell you about other stuff, but not farm animals. And I think he mentioned someone mentioned that they work with kids that's been adopted and they never had the opportunity to go to a farm. So that virtual farm would be great. And I think I pretty much covered everything.
Awesome. Yes, thank you. I hope you all are taking notes. A virtual farm. Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Ed. And I see Brittany McDuffie has her hand up. So if you'll just let us know which group you were with, you're representing, and one or two of your ideas.
Okay. I was in group C, and we just talked about how about going to ask the grandparents about, hey, do you guys live on farm? And just ask questions about, do you have X, Y, and Z type of animals on your farm? We talk about planting carrots, different food with the children. And I thought about this because I'm a teacher, just even going home, taking like play animals and just talking about that with the kids and whatnot, and just talking about the pictures, pointing out the pictures with the kids, like, oh, this little boy look like me, or this animal I saw on a farm or on a field trip, like little ideas like that.
Awesome. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's see. Our next spokesperson we have is Charlene Duncan, one of our coaches with Expand ECE. So if you will share with us from your group.
Good evening. We were Group A, Extended Learning at Home. And so because of the varied things of learning about healthy plates and healthy choices and the farm animals, of just having the children go home and make those connections of what they have for dinner, what were some of their healthy choices, or even it was brought up, of course, some of our children have never been to a farm. And so making the connectivity of having project-based learning of conversation at home about farm animals, zoo animals, and just extending that learning of what they're learning and what they learned from the story to make those connections at home so that they're able to have those conversations and retell their story. I think it was, I don't know, it wasn't Brittany. I'm trying to think of the name, came up with the idea that of having them to make up a different end of the story that, with the connectivity at home as they were sharing everything that they learned concerning the farm and the food groups. So just making those connections at home.
Awesome. Thank you. You all had great conversations. All right. We are now going to hear from Lisa Edlago, one of our Expand ECE fellows. So share your group and what you all came up with.
Hey there. We came up with allowing them to take the book home to read to their guardians or siblings, or even have other related books to take home and for more knowledge on that area. And also to research how to take care of a cow, how what's the best way to milk, just research any aspect of husbandry. How many chickens should you expect to lay eggs? And also if they had an uncle or a grandpa with a farm, they could bring pictures to share with the class the next day.
Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good ideas. I hope you're taking notes. Thank you, Lisa. And next we have another fellow, Miss Armstrong, Miss Cece Armstrong. If you can share with us, that would be great.
We actually were Group B, but I believe that we may have thought we were Group A. So we talked about learning at home, and we just basically listened to my daughter tell us what she learned from the book and talked about how that's essentially what you could do at home for helping the kids learn and understand the book, constantly reread to them and relate things from the book to everyday life. Riding in the car, asking questions that relate to the book. When they sit down for dinner, relate how, he was on the farm, he's seen cows, but cows can make milk, and we drink milk and where the milk comes from and things of that nature.
Awesome. Thank you, Cece. I love it. The fact that her daughter got engaged in the conversation. How better than to allow the children to tell us what they're interested in and sharing what she learned from the book. So thank you all, spokespeople, for sharing. And so we are now going to move into our second story. This story is called Bina's Harvest. Bina's Harvest was written by Lloyd Sue and illustrated by Nicole Kang An. This one is a preschool book. First one gears set it for 0 to 2, and Bina's Harvest is preschool. But after reading these books, you can see I think we can apply them to both age groups, right? So this book talks about harvest time on Bina's family's apple orchard. So she's finally old enough to help. And so she has her first experience. And so this book is all about what that experience was like. And so remember, oh, this book is also in Spanish, and I'm not sure if it's on our distribution list. We need to check that, Tati and Lou.
Yes, we have some available in Spanish.
So that if someone wants a Spanish version, then you can request that so that we can send you the Spanish version of the book. And our reader, our guest reader, I'm sorry, is going to be Miss Tamara Elmore. And so I am going to share my screen. So Tamara Elmore, you may begin reading whenever you are ready.
Good evening, everyone. Bina's Harvest. Story by Lloyd Sue. Illustrated by Nicole Kang An. Bina's Harvest. It's harvest time on Bina's apple orchard. There is a right time for everything, says Bina's father. Now is the right time to harvest our apples. And now you're the right age to start helping. Bina's mother is picking apples over there. Bina's siblings are picking apples over here. You can pick apples from this tree. One by one, Bina picks apples from the bottom of the tree. One by one, Bina picks apples from the middle of the tree. But there is one apple that she cannot reach at the top of the tree. She stretches as far as she can, but it's too far. She climbs up the tree as far as she can, but it's still too far. She finds a stick and tries to whack the apple down with it. But it's a very stubborn apple. It doesn't want to come down just yet. She tries to shake the tree to make the apple fall, but the apple isn't ready. There is a right time for everything, so Bina waits. And waits. And waits. And waiting. And then the apple falls. The end.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Tamara. We appreciate that. You did an excellent job. Both of our readers tonight have been on point and done a great job. Thank you. Thank you. And so guess what we're going to do? You can go to the next slide. And we're ready to do the same thing that we did with Venus Harvest. Let me see something though. I think I'm going to shake it up a little bit. And I think perhaps, and I don't know if it did it or not. I'm thinking maybe it switched people around. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. But we will know momentarily. Oh, when I did that, I took away the letters. Lord, Lord, Lord. That's what I get. Okay, so rooms 1 and 4 will be A. Rooms 2 and 5 will be group B. And rooms 3 and 6 will be group C. So you all will talk about these ideas based on those numbers. Okay. So I am going to open up the rooms. I'm trying to see. I think I might need to move. Maybe not. Okay, I think we're good. So once again, let me make sure you have the same. You'll have 7 minutes again and 60-second countdown. So we will see you back here in about 8 minutes. Rooms are open. All right. I see us coming back. And all the breakout rooms will close in 30 seconds. So we'll see all of our amazing friends in a few seconds. I'm excited to hear the report out. And you can go ahead to the next slide, Lou. All right, 8, 7, 6, 5, 2. Ta-da! All right. Awesome, awesome. And so we did it again. And so same thing, if reporters will raise their hand and we will allow you to tell us your group and share what some of the ideas that your group came up with. So we're going to let Vanessa go first.
1,500 national flags. Here's your clue.
Okay, good evening. It was me and Washika. It was just us two in the room. And as we thought about making it relevant to Black children and having patience, and that's the thing that we stuck with rather than like apples, we just stuck with having patience. And we thought about having patience when it comes to making a meal. And so maybe correlating it, talking about the patience it would take with going out to actually buy the ingredients for what it is that we're preparing. And then we have to bring it home, and then we have to prepare the kitchen, and then we have to put everything together, and then we put it in the oven, and we don't want to take it out too soon because then it'll be raw, and we don't want to eat raw food. So we have to have patience while it's cooking. So Washika really thought of the theme around just waiting when it comes to food, and how food is such a really culturally important thing for Black children and Black families. So that's what we came up with.
Awesome. Thank you, Vanessa. Woo woo. All right, Makiba.
Yes. We had extended learning at school. So we talked about creating a word wall with examples, like she's mentioned, patience, making sure that they understand what patience is, showing them how to be patient. We talked about using the word also orchard, making sure they knew what an orchard was. And it was another word, patience, orchard. It'll come to me. We also talked about making apple shaker, is one of the activities. And also the word wall. Miss Keisha, what was the third thing we said?
You hear me? Yes.
I guess
You using positional words
that's right.
like middle. That's it. And the
The
third word
yeah,
was
middle,
harvest.
up and down, yeah.
Our third word was harvest.
Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. Yes, that is all great. I hope our educators, fellows, were taking notes. All right, Miss Lisa.
About the only culturally responsive activity we came up with was to have an apple tasting, and also to have the children ask the children what they normally eat with apples at home. Do they eat it by itself, sprinkle a little salt on it? Do they like it with peanut butter? And what ways do the family members prepare apples? You know, do they buy applesauce, make applesauce, make apple jelly? And just to teach them, it's not really culturally a cultural thing, but to teach them or to maybe introduce them to the different apple varieties. That would be fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Those are great ideas. All right. We now have our chairwoman of the board, Miss Debbie Hillman.
Why, thank you. And Edward and I had an opportunity to look at how we extend the learning at home. And the ideas that we came up with were, one, our children have chores at school and they have chores around the house. And many of those chores are directly linked to age. We don't have our 3-year-olds washing dishes, but their big brothers and sisters might be able to do that. Well, that was something that was discussed in the book. When are you old enough to help with the harvest? And the other idea that we talked about was problem solving, because Bina couldn't get to the last apple, but she figured out, well, I can try to climb the tree, or I can use the stick to knock down the apple. But she realized, as the other groups talked about with the patience, she went back and she waited until the apple was ready to come down. So that same kind of thing happens at home when we have an opportunity to do some problem solving as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Debbie. We appreciate your group's input. All right. And finally, we have another board member who is speaking for his group, Nathan Thompson.
All right. Thank you. Yes, I had a wonderful group and got a lot of great ideas from Miss Sheila Thompson and Miss Queen Morris. We talked about what that would look like in the classroom, and we talked about breaking down the book. I actually had the book here because I was at the High Museum on Sunday at Second Sunday's free day, and they were handing it out and doing reads. So I pulled out my book and I was looking at the words, because you can find the words and concepts, as someone else mentioned, as you're pointing out those words and concepts in the read, but then taking that and making those extension activities. So I'm kind of being repetitive on what's been mentioned, but just want to throw out there, obviously, a whole unit on apples, all kinds of stuff, and bringing out the orchard and the harvest. And then with harvest, you can do other things than apples. And then things like patience, and teaching that and using those words like wait till the right time, and positional words and measurement, reaching and grabbing, and all kinds of words that, I mean, this book is full of vocabulary and concepts, what we call tier 2 words. And it's just really full of it. So sometimes we read a book in a classroom and we want to cover all that in that 10 to 20 minutes that we're trying to get that read done. And I think just taking that and really kind of focusing that and making a whole lesson plan out of it. So using those concepts to plan, to set up the classroom, and then to plan those experiences and keep bringing out those words. So that was some of the things that we mentioned.
Awesome. And listen, they were all amazing ideas from both books. And we want to thank our groups for being so engaged. And we have something for you. So hopefully you took notes, but in the event you got so caught up you forgot to take your notes, we have, Lubna, if you can go to the next slide. Oh, never mind, not yet. So we have free books for you. Okay. We've got free books, and there will be a link momentarily in the chat where you can click on the link, and there actually will be 2 links that we'll need for you to do. We'll need you to do a survey, right? That gives us some information. So that's our book distribution survey that will be put in the chat. And then secondly, there will be a shipping survey. That is how you get your books. Please be sure to put the address where you would like to receive the books, because we're going to mail it to whatever you put. So make sure it's spelled correctly, make sure it's the right zip code, and all of the things, so that we can ensure that you get your books, hopefully within the next 30 days. But as Tatiana said, we will keep you posted. And they will also, the links will also be in your file, will also be in the follow-up. Yes, Glenda, yes. Thank you, BCDI and Mayor Summer Reading Club and Gears. Okay, Lou, there it is. Here it is. We have something really special. We did our first one for National Black Child Development Week. So I don't know how many of you saw it, okay, but it might still live in the archives, still on our website. You can still access it. We created an activity guide, and I am going to share my screen once again to allow us to have a quick look, quick look at, and I'm just going to scroll through it. Our marketing team is so amazing. This document is so beautiful. And so we've got in here, there are links. So you can go to Cox Campus and learn all about all the things they have. You can go to Gears and learn about what else Gears does besides Mayor Summer Reading Club. And then remember, we talked to you that there are read guides. If you click on the title of the book, it'll take you to the read guide. Then here, look at this. We have so many activities for you to do. And we've got Apple, having patience and waiting, having determination, and then Noah's Family Farm, special to be with your family, special to be, and then farm animals, okay? And then we have some information, of course, about BCDI Atlanta at the end. So this will be available in your links so that you can download it. Parents, you can use it at home with your children. Educators, you can use it in the classroom with your children. So excellent. So Lube, if you'll bring it right back, bring the slide presentation right back up.
And please be sure to share pictures with us as well. Tag us on Facebook or social media, or send it to info@BCDI-Atlanta so we can show how you were able to use this resource to promote literacy, family connection, and school connection as well.
Yes. So we are a little bit over time, but hopefully you all will be patient with us and hang out, because Lou, we have some giveaways. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You must be present. So if you decide to leave, I know we're over, but if you decide to leave, you will not be able to be the recipient of our prize. And so what I am going to do is I'm going to share my screen. I want to make sure that everybody who's here, that your name is on the wheel of names. All right. So here is the list. You can look on the wheel. If you do not see your name, make sure you let me know before we spin. I do not have contractors, coaches, board members, staff. We are not eligible for these giveaways, but everyone else on the line is. So are we ready to spin? Does everybody feel like their name is on the board? All right.
Any comments in the chat?
Okay, let me know because I can't see it. Is everybody up?
Yes.
All right. So our first prize is going to be for a digital copy of the Good For Me curriculum, as well as a gift card to Kroger to purchase the produce in order to do some of those recipes. So let's see who is going to win the first prize. Oh my goodness, one of our fellows, Bonquisha. Yay! Yay! So Lubna, if
Yo,
you might to make sure that make sure that we don't forget who won. Okay. All right. So Bonquisha, your name comes off because you already won. Our second giveaway is going to be a backpack of books, a literacy pack. So we don't know what else might be in there, but it'll be all literacy. So let's see who is going to win the literacy backpack. Another one of our fellows, Stacy Neal. Yay, Stacy, you will win a backpack that will be mailed to you these gifts will be mailed to you at the address you provide for us for the book distribution. So make sure we have it where you want it to go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming. And our final spin of the wheel, you will receive a $25 Visa gift card that you got to use in a hurry, but you're going to win it tonight. We'll probably mail that to you immediately. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness. Carol is the winner of our gift card. Thank you for showing up, Carol. We are glad we haven't seen you in a while. We appreciate it. So that is our giveaway for tonight. And if you can hang back for just a few more minutes, we're going to zip through some upcoming events and information. We understand if you have to leave, but those of you who can stay, if you'll give us maybe 5 more minutes. So we want to thank our partners, of course, BCDI Atlanta, Gears, and the Mayor's Summer Reading Club. And again, you can find all information about literacy on our website. All righty. All right, I'm going to turn it back over to Tatiana.
All right, let's wrap this up. This has been an amazing meeting, full of engagement. We appreciate your patience. So what's new? We have our community cafe coming up August 21st at 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. We have our featured speaker. We love Decal. We have Lindsay Peterson, and she's going to be presenting Discover programs to help support you in your ECE program, your ECE career. It's an opportunity you do not want to miss. We also have another event coming up, our 6th annual Cultural Responsive Early Education and Care Leadership Summit. We want you to save the date because during this time, we are going to elevate the culture, embracing all voices. It is going to be held Wednesday, February 19th at the Laudermill Conference Center. We're always looking for sponsors, speakers, exhibitors, as well as volunteers. Please be on the lookout for a call for proposal. We are about to send that out. So if you have friends or if you are interested in speaking at our summit, we'd love to have you at our 6th annual Culturally Responsive Summit. All right. As always, we want to make sure you check out our Nurture publication. You can go on to our website, bcdiatlanta.org/nurture, where you can download our 2 editions of Nurture. Lean, please make sure you join our Leadership and Equity Advancement Network. This is an opportunity for you to connect with your community to learn more about work they're doing in the ECE, family engagement, as well as literacy. So please take a moment and join us on Lean, our Leadership and Equity Advancement Network. All right, ways to get involved. We want to be able to communicate to our community and our funders and stakeholders what you have experienced as being a part of BCDI. We would love for you to be able to share your story. And so if you are able to, please scan the QR code or visit our website to share your impact story. We would love to showcase the work that you're doing in the community to advance and improve the quality of children, Black children in Georgia. We always are looking for donations so we can continue doing the work that we do. But most importantly, we would love for you all to become a member. Again, as we mentioned, if you're having concerns or issues renewing, please do not hesitate to reach out to info@bcdiatlanta.org, and we will be sure to assist you with your new membership or renewal membership. All right, become a member today. All right, we do now have an option where you can text to donate. So we want to make sure that you have access to that. And also our donation website, bcdiatlanta.org/donate. All right, so we are coming to the end of the year. This was our third quarterly stakeholders meeting for 2024. Please join us Tuesday, October 29th, where we will have two special meetings. We will have our annual business meeting where you guys will be able to come in and learn about the business side and updates of what we have been doing for the year. Then after our business meeting, we'll follow up with our quarterly affiliate meeting where we will again talk about our legislative priorities and also work towards making sure that we are securing resources and services to support the needs of our community. Next slide. Awesome. Please make sure you stay up to date with our events and news. If you have not subscribed to our website, please visit our website today to join to receive our newsletters. You can always click on our events to see our upcoming events, our past events, as well as resources from previous events. We do have a monthly newsletter that goes out each second Tuesday of each month, but if you are not receiving it and you would like to see, or if you would like to see a previous newsletter, please be sure to check out bcdiatlanta.org news as well.